Hello, Luigi MACLEAN.
Yes, no, I can hear you loud and clear.
Chache, chache.
Nuncho drolo bononi.
Wow. We're so much honored to have you on this show.
It's a pleasure to be here too. Thanks for having me.
This is the pattern, listeners, and you are with your brother Kobe, on AGBA Online Radio, and we have Luigi MACLEAN, a great protege of the 2017 VGMA Artist of the Year, Joe Metal. It will be a blessing. If it comes to Luigi MACLEAN, there is one question that everyone wants to ask, and they want to find out whether or not you are Ghanaian. Would you tell us whether you are Ghanaian? Because your name.
I'm Ghanaian. I'm actually a Ghana boy.
You're a Ghana boy. Wow. So
yes,
Luigi MACLEAN, although it typifies a European, you are Ghanaian, right?
Yes.
And a Ghana man, for the record.
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. So Luigi, is that your full name?
Yes, I'm Luigi Adote MACLEAN.
Okay, Luigi Adote MACLEAN. All right, okay. So I would like you to share with us how you met Joe Metal.
It's back on campus. It started back on. I think I met him the first time on campus. Well, of course, before meeting him one-on-one, I mean, I always used to see him on TV. You know, the Walabolo video.
Oh, okay.
Used to be quite popular on TV stations. So I mean, I noticed him that this is the lead singer of Soul Winners.
Wow.
And so as time went on, I think he released his song in Shira, and through that we got to invite him to one of our campus events. It was Harvest Praise.
Harvest Praise, all right.
Yes. So I actually backed him then. I was in Harvest Gospel Choir, so.
Wow.
He came alone, so we had to back him, some of my friends and myself. So I backed him then, and then we came home from school. We came for vacation. And I think then that was 2010. He was having his album launch, his first album launch.
You mean 2010?
Yes, 2010.
Wow, that's way back.
Yeah, that's 10 years ago, I think.
Hey, a decade now.
Yes, so.
That's awesome.
So the manager, his manager, Kumsin was in school with me. He was my
lead in school. Is it Kumi Kumsin?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Manager. So he called me that, okay, so Joe has a rehearsal for an event he's going to do soon, launch, for an album launch. So he called me that I should come join. So we rehearsed towards the event. So that was actually my first event with Joe Metal, backing Joe Metal. Then after that, I became a regular of the group. I became a team member. So that's how I met Joe.
That's so phenomenal. Right? So, so who is Luigi MACLEAN?
Luigi MACLEAN is a child of God.
That's right.
Fully Ghanaian.
Born
and bred in Accra, a Ghana boy who believes in God and believes that God gave him the giftings to the blessing of the world. And he believes that him fulfilling the purpose God has for his life is his way of giving that gift back to him. That's what
Wow. So for now you do only gospel, right?
Yes. Forever.
That's right. I like that. So now I just received a text message to ask you that if someone should put about $2 million offer on your table, that you join him in a secular song, you are not going to accept that?
I'll pray that the money should come into my account and I'll do I believe in that.
That's all, bro. I love this. Well, I love so.
Just to add to that, usually, you know, we do these things by God's direction.
That's right.
If it's something that God gives me for a collabo or anything like that, so if it's God's will, definitely done.
Yeah.
So it's God's work we're doing. So He's the one who calls the shots.
Yeah.
So definitely, if He should give the go ahead, it can happen. Until then.
That's awesome. So where did you have your high school education?
My high school.
High school education, senior high school.
Oh, it was in Infantipim.
Infantipim. All right. And then from there to
KNUST.
KNUST. Wow. Which hall, to be precise?
Oh, I was actually supposed to be in Kunti. But I never went there. But I went to school after my year group has gone. So when
okay.
I think there was no vacancy in there.
Wow.
So I just had to look for a hostel. So I never was in Kunti, but that was what I was supposed to. That was my assigned hall.
Yeah, of course. Back to Joe Metto. So how has working with him been?
Oh, it's been a pleasant experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything that adds to you in a positive way is always something worth doing, if you ask me. Because I mean, he's a man who's gone ahead. He's done everything you can possibly think of when it comes to gospel music. I mean, he's still going, and there's a lot more he's going to do. And this is somewhere I want to get to. I mean, these are things that God, and I believe that when God brings people around you, he brings people that will give you a picture of what he wants you to do. You know?
Wow, this should be on record.
This is someone who has gone along the path that God is taking me. I mean, it might not be necessarily the same thing, but it's similar because it's gospel music, and he's a minister of the gospel. So, and I believe it's God's own doing that I got to be connected to him, because I mean, a lot of things have happened to me since I joined him, and I just know that it's God's own doing, and I'm blessed to be with Roberto, you know, and it's been a learning experience. And I can't wait for the rest of the years ahead of us.
That's awesome, man. So are you on this record label?
Yes, I am actually.
Reverb Studio, right? So
yes,
for how long?
It's the first term is for 4 years.
For 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. So when it expires, then you may want to either renew or...
Yes.
All right. Okay. That's awesome. So now there is this subject that people normally consider in terms of gospel music. You see, there is a party that considers gospel music as an industry. Another party also consider it as a ministry, right? I want your take on it. Do you think gospel music should be an industry or should be a ministry?
Well, there's a part. I mean, there's a ministry. I mean, it's a ministry. But I believe that the industry is like the vehicle to transport the ministry, if you ask me. I believe it's like a tool or a platform through which the ministry is enhanced, if you ask me. So I think it is necessary to have an industry. But the main focus should always be that it's a ministry. That's it.
You are too deep. Wow. So the music industry is like the vehicle that conveys the ministry.
Yes, it's like it enhances it, because the ministry is all about being able to send forth the message. And I think this is one way. It's like a structure that makes it possible, that makes it more organized. So, I think it's necessary, but the focus should always be ministry.
The focus should always be the ministry.
Yeah.
So it means that with you, the ministry is first.
Yes. Always.
All right. That's too clear. And so, what do you think the music ministry or industry should be that it is not yet?
I believe in the power of time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you compare the industry now to what was before, I believe that we've come very far.
We've come far.
And so I'll just say, for me, I'll just say that it's not about what we want and what I feel we should be. I just believe in the power of time. So I'm actually predicting that a few years to come, the industry will be better than it is now.
Yeah.
Because there will be more knowledge, and there will be increase in knowledge and information, and technology is still increasing. And I believe very well that God is a part of all these things. I mean, even though we humans are the ones who play out the roles, God is up there and he's just directing everything. So definitely his hand is on it. So I mean, anything that God is a part of, it gets better with time.
Yeah, it gets better with time.
So definitely I believe that with time, things will be better than they are now. That's all I can say about it.
Wow, that's awesome. Let me take you back a bit. About Amazing God. You wrote the song yourself, right?
Yes.
Wow. So what inspired that song? I'm sure that is the first song you ever released.
Yes, that's the first single.
Yes.
I ever released.
So what inspired that song?
The inspiration was the creation of God, and I mean everything that God has made, and the beauty of creation, the orderliness of creation, and when you look at it, you know that definitely there's a plan behind it. It was designed, It was perfectly laid out. It's not something that just happened, but it was something that was designed. If it was something that was designed, then there was a designer behind it. And in this case, it was God. So what I mean, you look at the things, plants, and how they grow, and how everything incorporates it. I mean, it's like everything is connected. Plants have a connection with humans have a connection with plants, and everything. Ants, look at how ants know seasons and times, how animals know. They don't have anyone who tells them these things, but they know it. They just know it. And it's beautiful. It's just God who does these things. And when you look at creation, you can tell that there is a God. I think God deliberately put himself in creation, in everything that he created. That when you look at it, you will not have an excuse.
Yeah.
You know that definitely someone should have been behind all these things.
Yeah.
So in short, I'll just say creation speaks. So that's where the inspiration came from.
So it took you like how many days, weeks, years to write this?
I don't think it was years. I think it was a couple of months. I think I got the melody to the chorus first before I sat down to write the verses.
Okay.
It was an interesting process.
Yeah.
Because I haven't put out a song done by myself. That was the first time. But I'm glad I was able to do so, and with the help of my boss and Reverb Studio, so it became a possibility.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to Oguama. So far, how's the song doing?
It's been amazing. I mean, the feedback has been awesome, and I just thank God the testimonies. I'm just grateful to God, and I keep praying that He should send it wherever He wants to send it, because He is the force. He's the driving force behind the things we do. So He should just send His power and His word through the song to wherever He wants to send it.
Do you push it? Do you do some marketing? Do you have a way of?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, definitely. I mean, we believe in you shouldn't leave any stone unturned, because it's all part of being able to push so that it goes as far as it can go.
Yeah.
But ultimately, God is the one who gives the grace.
Yes, promotion
So
comes
yes,
from
there's been some marketing,
yes. Yeah. Now,
a few interviews here and there.
Now, there is this question with Oguama, and to be honest with you, I thought it's very prudent to ask here. Someone would think that why is it that you are with Joe Metal and then with Oguama you featured MOG on instead of Joe?
I mean, Joe is someone I respect and he's someone I admire. He's my boss. I say it all the time. And I mean, definitely, I would want to have a song. Yes, I was on a song with him, Bononi, but I want to have a song written by myself that I can do with him. But I don't think it's that time yet. And I believe that God directs our steps for everything. Because even Obama initially, it wasn't a collabo. That wasn't even in the plan. It was just a song that I received, and I was going through the process, the writing process, then the recording process. But then as the song was forming, it was cooking. It sounded like MOG would best fit as a collaborator. And we called on him, and he came and he did his thing. And I'm just glad we called on him because he was amazing on the song.
Wow.
Yeah. So definitely, definitely, I would definitely have a song with Jonathan. That's actually one of my dreams. So it will come to pass soon enough. Trusting God.
How many songs have you composed so far?
You mean the ones out or?
Yes. Yes, with those out and
well, I have two songs out.
You have two songs out, but
Amazing God and Oklahoma.
Yeah, but you have a lot of songs that you have written which are not out yet.
Yes, so a few others, which are yet to be out. Actually, the singles are working. They are working up towards an album. It's leading up to an album. So.
Yeah. So you mean you are considering an album?
Yeah, the singles are actually leading up to an album.
What's your aspiration or aspirations?
Aspiration for me, the first one for me is just to. The first one, I think, should I say the first one? I mean, the only one for me, or let me just say, the aspiration for me is to be the best of who God has called me to be. When you are born, you are yourself, but you grow into yourself. And that's like a journey of self-discovery.
Wow.
And I think that's so. My aspiration is that I should be the best that God has called me to be.
Wow.
Not leaving anything behind.
The best version of yourself.
Yes.
Wow. And so, do you have a role model or something?
My role model would be a Brad Joe, but there are plenty. I mean, Brad Joe, a lot of them, a lot of people. I mean, I admire a lot of people, and I actually learned from a lot of people.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how God made it, that you can pick lessons from every.
Yeah. So, how has this COVID-19 affected you and your ministry?
Oh, the main thing about COVID that I think has affected everyone is that, I mean, it's limited movement and gatherings. I mean, and our work is a major part of our work has to do with gatherings, especially having to go for programs and minister to people. But I mean, that's the only difference about it. I mean, we've not been able to move around like we used to, but that's the only difference. But in actual sense, through this, I've come to learn that there's a lot more that goes into ministry than just going to minister to people. There's a lot more, because I mean, this whole COVID season has allowed me to reflect, spend time with God, which is the most important thing, because He's like the source, and He's the one who called you. So the more you spend time with Him, the more you get a clearer vision of the path you are on. So I think yes, the COVID, it's affected everyone because it's restricted our movement and we've not been able to gather and all. But out of it, I think we found some positives as well. For me, I've been able to reflect, and another thing for me also is that I've bonded with family, and I think that's pretty important.
Wow. So would you say it's a bad thing? Because I realize that now you are embarking on virtual services concept and all that.
Oh, I mean, it's not a good thing. It's a negative thing. But I believe that out of negative we can get positive, because out of darkness God is able to call for light. You're making me preach, maybe I say I don't. So out of the negative, there's definitely a way out, and there's a positive out, and that's the important thing.
Luigi, you know that it is your ministry that made me realize that people can crash on ministries. It's amazing. Yes, it's when I started, taking out the ad, circulating it, and then people started telling me that, wow, they are crashing on your ministry.
Yes. Interesting.
It's so interesting. I don't know. Have you ever heard someone tell you that?
It's my first time crashing on the ministry. Hey.
It's so serious. So, what is the way forward? What is your vision, your way forward?
My vision is just to grow and to do the will of God in ministry. I say that because I know with time, there's always the tendency to listen to other voices. But the ultimate voice is the voice of God. And it's what I'm looking forward to, because I know there are trends and there are all other voices which seem, but it's only the voice of God that is important, because like I said earlier on, it's the one that called you. So I'm hoping to just grow in ministry, go ahead and release bring out albums and touch lives and ultimately to make impact.
That's right. That's so deep. To make impact. I mean, that should be the focus, the primary focus.
Yes.
I wish you could advise these people that are coming, with this, they are not able to overcome the sexual urges, and then it keeps besetting them.
Well, for me, I'll just say don't indulge. I mean, because there's always a thin line between a feeling and giving into the feeling. But I think where you do not have control is when you give in. But once you've not given in, there's always that will that you can keep yourself from it. That's just it.
Yeah, don't indulge.
I mean, and that's not to say that if there's anyone who has given into it, just pick yourself up. And I mean, we are in a walk with God.
Yeah.
The fact that we make mistakes along the way doesn't mean that it's the end of the world.
Yeah. So
the most important thing is God still loves us. So we look to that love and we have time and we get better and better.
Wow. So there is this adage which says, behind every successful man, there is a woman. Tell me, Luigi, are you single?
No, I'm not single.
I'm
not married.
You're not
I'm
married?
Not married. I think usually when they say married, the opposite is single. So I'm not married. No. I have someone.
Yeah, so like you are single but attached.
Will be married. Yes, that one. That's the right thing.
Single but attached. You are not open.
Yes.
Unfortunately, listeners. So Luigi MACLEAN on record says that he is single but attached. And I hope we should look forward to.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Wow, that would be awesome.
No problem, Clara.
Yeah.
Just send Momo. Momo will be the way of invite. If you send your Momo.
Wow, you are so hilarious. Momo will be the way. So listeners, you heard him right. He says Momo, only Momo. Without Momo. Oh, all right. Okay. So want you to talk to people that are aspiring to be like you. What message do you have for people that are up and coming? You know, they want to be like you.
Be like me. I think the essence of life is for everyone is to be great, and no one puts it better than Jesus said that to be great you have to first serve. I mean, even kings become kings to serve. So to be great, you just need to serve. And I know the importance of service. I am where I am today because I served, and I believe that I'll go farther because I'm still serving. So there's so much weight in serving, because I believe you have a gift. The gift is amazing, but service also adds value to your gifting. So no matter where you are, if you really want to go to the top, make sure you serve. You serve probably someone who's gone ahead of you. Just make sure you're serving.
All right, that's awesome. How could you be reached?
On social media.
Yeah, on social media.
Facebook is Luigi MACLEAN. Instagram is at Luigi MACLEAN. Twitter is at Luigi MACLEAN.
Okay. Simple. All right. I would like you to give us a general message. Give a general message to Ghanaians and your following. To be precise.
Okay. I'd just like to say that I'm grateful for the support. And I thank everyone for the prayers, for the positive thoughts. I mean, even for the corrections and everything. I'm grateful for that, and I pray that God blesses everyone. But I just want to entreat everyone that just stay safe. I mean, it looks like we're all getting used to not being under lockdown, so some have stopped the hand washing and the mask and everything. But let's make sure we're doing this till the end, till we know that it's been declared that this COVID thing is gone. I mean, the lives matter most. So let's make sure we're keeping safe, washing our hands, using the sanitizers, and putting on our masks. And God bless everyone.
Right. God bless you too. And I'm so humble to have you here. But before you go, you can never go without singing, right? That is what they love to hear.
Problem.
So I want you to sing Ogwama in your own voice.
No problem. Okay.
All right.
Asafo Yehovah Udinriye Awamrejuma Tumira Amudi Miniti Udinriye Udinmo Asumji Udinmo.
That's right.
Udinye Kesi Chenedina Inchira Eni Enyom Enka Ogwamano.
Wow.
Ogwama Okuno.
Wow. That's so awesome. Wow, amazing. I love the way you pitched it. Wow, you've been a blessing to us, Luigi. God bless you so much. God bless your ministry.
God bless you.
And God bless you for honoring our invitation too. Personally, I wish you could even sing Bononi your line. I don't know if that would be possible.
I never thought that you could love someone like me. To give up your life for me, yeah. You even go on and call me your very own.
Your very own.
Grateful for your love,
Your mercy and grace.
No one can do the things you do for me. Oh Lord, there's no one else but you. Bononier.
Wow. Bononier. Bono.
No one else but you.
Hey.
Bononier.
Oh.
Bononier. Bono. No one else but you.
That's amazing, man. All right, so listeners, there you have it. That is our brother Luigi MACLEAN. Make sure you support him with everything that you've got. And remember, as for his wedding here, it is only via Momo. God bless you, brother. God bless you, brother, out there. We'll definitely get in touch.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.